Hello friends, it's Trevor, it's Avery, it's Pat, it's the citywide special. The Eagles tie the Cleveland Browns in their second preseason game. Several injuries are suffered during the game. Do the Birds have a quarterback controversy? Rookie Tanner McKee continues to impress, while Marcus Mariota struggles. Training camp comes to an end with a contentious joint practice with the Indianapolis Colts. The two will face off Thursday night to end the preseason. The NBA has fined James Harden $100,000 for calling Daryl Morey a liar. Harden's comments are said to have violated the CBA in regards to public trade requests. The Phillies rebound from a disappointing series against the Nationals to take 2 of 3 games against the San Francisco Giants. The Phils currently sit at the top of the National League wildcard standings. Can the Fightins get hot going into the playoffs? All that and more going up right now. How's it going, fellas?
So far, so good. Can't complain. Another week, you know what I mean? We're here, we're cooking, we're rolling. You know, new fancy lights. We got new seats on the way. We got some fresh-looking stickers now. Thank you to Avery for putting that together. All right. You know what I mean? A little QR code action going. But feeling pretty good.
Yeah, be on the lookout for the stickers around the city of Philadelphia, man. Got to represent, got to get the word out. But, about them chairs, Trevor. You dropped the ball on that one. Saturday night.
I had a long night.
Out in New York, drinking almond cocktails till 4 a.m.
Couldn't hang in the big
Supposed
city.
to pick
Till 4,
up.
it was till like 2, and then I had to go get the train. Dude, I will say, Penn Station, worst place in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Worst
Yeah, it's
place.
not great.
I mean, I've always known Penn Station to be kind of shitty, but like this was awful. It was beyond, because I guess they're doing a bunch of construction there now.
Oh.
So it took us literally probably like at least a half hour to 40 minutes just to find the Amtrak section. We were just wandering around in circles for a while. We kept asking people for directions, and their directions would send us in circles. And then we finally found it in like the NJ Transit section, there was a part of it that was sort of like blocked off. Like they had barriers, and we had to walk past the barriers to get to the stairs to the Amtrak. So we pretty much had to like...
You had to break the law.
Right. We had to like walk past this area that looked like we weren't supposed to go through to finally get to the Amtrak. I was like freaking out for a second, because I was like, damn, if I end up missing a 2:50 a.m. train and have to be like stuck in New York for God knows how long.
2:50 a.m. train?
Yeah, that's when we left. But it felt like I was stuck in one of those like Escher paintings, you know, with like the stairs.
That just keep going.
Where they just go, where it's just like an endless, that's basically what it felt like. We kept like walking around, and then we're like, fuck, we're right back here where we started.
That's
again.
New York. That's New York transportation, though. Like, it is a very well, I will say, they get you where you need to go, but trying to get to where you've got to start.
Confusing.
Yeah, I mean, you realize how amazing 30th Street Station is as far as Amtrak stations go. It's like you get into Philly, and it's like, fuck, I'm finally back here in civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Got the nice, this nice Art Deco style train station. They got little statues all over the place. It looks nice. There's benches to sit on.
Yeah.
There's none of that shit in Penn Station. You're
The
just like
benches
sitting on
are
the
comfy.
floor like some asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Brutal.
Well,
And then also I never realized just how nice 30th Street is, and like if you take like a long trip on Amtrak somewhere. Like I remember one time I went with like my family to we were actually going like Disney World. This was years ago. We went from like Philly all the way to Orlando on the train.
Wow.
damn.
Yeah. And it's like pretty much like every station you pass by in the South, it's just like a shack. It's basically it's like someone decided like, well, I guess we have to put something here for people to buy their tickets and stuff. But it's just like, there's just like nothing. So yeah, 30th Street Station, absolutely A-tier train station.
Yeah, I like a 30th Street station. What's the one in D.C. called?
Union Station,
Yeah,
I
I
believe.
don't like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DC does have really nice subways, though. They feel like you're in like a sci-fi movie.
Oh,
or something.
yeah.
They're
with
like
the
the
lights and
big
shit.
cavernous tunnel. Like they're huge.
Yeah.
You have to go down like an endless fucking escalator just to get to the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Those are
do.
pretty
They
cool.
do feel like the Japanese style trains, though.
Yeah,
Like when
that
you're
was.
on
I
them.
remember we went there the one time to see like a Phillies Nationals game. That was
Oh,
like the
yeah,
one time.
yeah, right.
That's what I remember that from. That was the one time we took the DC subway.
Yeah, the rest of DC, meh. But the DC subway's all right.
Yeah, they at least did something right there.
Avery, how you been?
All right. The PPA, man, Philadelphia Parking Authority, can go
Got
to
your
hell.
ass.
Yep, they got me. So Sunday night, Had a great dinner. My mom and my sister chilling. Had a good time. Get back home about 9:30. Can't find parking. Park at the end of my street. Somewhat illegally, like kind of blocking a crosswalk, but whatever. I see people do it all the time.
So people do worse and get away
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
Sure.
so park there. Get up to move my car in the morning, 8 o'clock. Have 2 tickets.
Damn.
The
So
double whammy.
One for the crosswalk, right?
Mm.
I think that one was $51. But the same thing that happened to y'all. I didn't realize my inspection had expired.
See?
Oh.
These motherfuckers
Only
I'm
by
telling you.
2
Double
weeks.
whammy.
Another $41.
Damn.
You had some asshole. I told you about how we almost fought that guy.
I didn't see the guy. I would have had some words for him or her. Yeah, you can't
them.
be doing that,
Yeah.
dude.
No.
So now I got to pay the PPA $90-some in tickets. It's ass. And then you want to know the worst part about it is today when I was walking over here, someone's parked in the same spot I was, blocking the crosswalk. They'd been there for all day. They were there this morning when I went to work. Still there. No ticket.
See,
Damn. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's
I wouldn't be
dude.
I would be mildly pro PPA if it was just equal justice, you know what I'm saying?
nah.
They just let some people get away with fucking murder.
There's
Yeah.
no
and
pro
then they just
PPA.
hammer other people.
No, that is the
The thing that kills me are the people who for some reason, people who are lucky enough to have driveways in their house think that that's just a license to park on the sidewalk outside, or not driveways, but garages. Everywhere that has a garage, the people just park their car on the sidewalk outside the
Yeah,
garage.
someone across the street from me does that.
It's insane. I'm just like, why are these people not getting tickets every day? Like, are they connected or something? They got like something going
They might
on.
be. I mean, PPA is privately
crazy.
owned, dude.
Yeah.
It's all about who you know.
Every time I go to McCusker's and I walk down to Moyamensing, there's this one block that has garages and there's like 3 cars just parked around the sidewalk. And it's like, I gotta walk into the goddamn street just to get by these
Yeah, what the
fucking
hell's the
you gotta
point in
cars.
the
risk your life
garage?
to go to
It's
McCusker's.
crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
making me walk in the street just to go to the bar.
The PPA can go.
Ridiculous.
I hate the PPA, but they got us with that. They got us with the inspection. I don't know if I said that earlier, but
You told us off the pod. I
yeah,
remember.
they got us at the night I came home from work. We had a ticket. I'm like, all right, I get it. They got us like it was out like a month, so that was surprising. And then the next morning, same ticket on the car. I'm like, when would we have gotten this done between 5 p.m. and
Yeah,
8
let's be
a.m.?
real
Like,
here,
come
right.
on now. Then we see these guys in a van with the PPA rolling up on our block. So me and Hannah just kind of like, we get in our coffee. I'm like, all right, well, fuck these guys. So I flipped them off. And I was like, fuck you, dickheads. Then they got mad. And then they pulled over and got out of the van. And they were like, what the fuck? If I punch you, you wouldn't have given me the finger. And I was like,
They're gonna.
all right, man, well, fuck you, man. Suck a dick. And he was like, we're not even the ticket guys. We're just the boot people. I'm like, you're even fucking worse, man. Yeah, fuck you,
Yeah.
too. Then we were worried that
Oh,
they were going
man.
to see our car. We'd get back from coffees and we'd
I'm
have
surprised
a
they
boot,
didn't threaten.
too.
I'm surprised they didn't like threaten to boot you.
Well, then, like, they were like yelling
We're gonna
shit.
boot you for being mean to us.
They're like, yeah, well, your mom's real. We were like, oh, yeah, real professional. And then the guy's like, well, your mom's real professional. We're like, dude, you're like a 45-year-old man. Like, why are we? This is a
Should be able to come up with something better than that.
sorry ass joke here. You got knee pads on because you're putting fucking boots on people's cars. Like, get the fuck back in your van. Like, what? You're not gonna do anything anyway. Like, come on now. But then we had to get. Obviously, we got our inspection done, and that was it. But brutal.
Yeah.
PPA sucks. Hate the
Yeah,
PPA.
they're
They just
horrible.
the biggest way to ruin your day is just looking at a PPA person. Honestly, I see them like they just ruined someone's day right now.
Yeah, no, they ruined my day on Monday. But so, Trevor, what is this? You would be pro PPA. What is there pro about? The
I'm saying there's
PPA?
a lot of people. I'm just kind of like mildly anti. I just hate car as a pedestrian. I don't drive a car. I don't ride a bike.
You
I
use
walk
cars.
places. Yeah, but like. I don't know. People drive like assholes here.
That's
they park
true,
like
yeah.
assholes. I don't have a problem with like. I feel like it would be.
You like Law and
I
Order?
don't. Yeah, yeah, sure, man. I'm a lot. You know, like when it comes to
man.
these like, these fucking anarchists in their cars.
Trevor's
You
like,
know,
we
you need
got
a little-
laws and rules
yeah,
in place
you can't
for a
just,
reason.
You know, these people they block the cutouts. Like, God forbid you got to get around South Philly in a wheelchair. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You can't get out. You know, it's
There's a guy, Braun and Slayer, he gets around just fine in a wheelchair. But he only stays on one corner, but, you know, he gets it through.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people got to get around.
Damn, pro PPA. Well,
Yeah.
all right, we know where you stand.
Well,
Hey, man.
if anyone listening to this pod is a member of or not a member, a PPA employee or a member, whatever.
Dues paying member of the PPA.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Yeah, if I could sign up to become one of the like an official PPA supporter, send them like $10 every month. They send me a little membership card.
You ain't far from it.
You would still get a ticket though. They would still ticket your ass for some stupid shit.
Like, but I'm a member. I'm a member.
But whatever. My point is, if you work for the PPA, you're a dues-paying PPA member, whatever, this pod does not support you.
No.
We do not support the PPA, in spite of what Trevor says.
Yeah.
Pat and I
The vote is
outweigh
out. Yeah,
him,
we outvoted him.
and we do not appreciate a damn thing
Car
that you do.
drivers
Fuck the
over here.
PPA. I get it. You got to make money, but damn, you could have picked anything else.
But anyway, that's enough
All right.
vitriol about the PPA. Let's move on to some sports. What do you want to go
What
for?
do you want to start with here? I guess we just saw the Phillies wrap up their series with Giants, come just short of a sweep.
Man,
Almost
a brutal way to not sweep them. I will say
Yeah.
they had a chance. I mean, first two games, phenomenal. First game, you can't really beat that. You go up against your biggest wild card opponent and you blow them out of the water, which
smoked
is
them.
great.
They looked so bad that game, just booting the ball left and right, errors.
Yeah.
Nolo
Phillies
didn't look
Looked
good
like
either.
the Gabe Kapler Phillies.
Seriously.
Nolo didn't look super well. I mean, he did okay, but I think that, again, his first start, to be your ace, to start a game like that, have bases loaded, no outs.
Yeah, he
in the
dodged the
second.
bullet.
Come on,
yeah.
man. Like, Jesus, this isn't what you want to see. He just looks, we mentioned it last week, he just looks, his head's not in the game, defeated, sad. But he pulled it out. He got lucky with that hit up to the mound and made the smart play to throw to home plate. That was like a quintessential, like, he's going to throw to first and just do something stupid here. But I'm glad that he figured it out and knew what to do in baseball mode.
Classic 1-2-3 double play.
Honestly. But then the offense lifted him up and had a phenomenal game. I love to see it. Everybody hit that day, which was good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the only runs he gave up were the home. Like I'd love to see exactly like how many of the total runs he's given up have been from home runs, because I feel like it's got to be at least half.
They're seeing his balls.
It's kind of insane.
They're hitting him like crazy. He's got no velocity, no control. His knuckle curve used to be his money ball. He ain't got
Just flat.
He ain't got shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second game was good. A good, tough, well-fought battle. Good to see Trey Turner again at home play pretty well.
It's a good
Hit that.
comeback, dude.
Yeah, it was a great
he
comeback.
He was
win.
0 for 4 going into that last at bat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of thought they were going to repeat the magic today.
Yeah, it was
Like,
looking that way.
That closer, man, for the Giants, he's an all-star, but the Phillies have, like, really exposed the guy over the course of those games.
Yeah.
You also have, you're down by 3. Bryce Harper hits a 3-run home run to tie the game up, bottom of the 9th, with no outs, with the meat of the lineup. Come on now.
Then you get Castellanos hits a single, Rojas pinch runs, steals second,
Yep.
ends up at third on a wild pitch, and you don't score.
nothing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hard to see, but you won the series, and that's all you can really ask for against a team that's also fighting for top wild card spot. So I'll take that. It was a good showing, especially if we end up playing them in the wild card. So all in all, I felt pretty good about the series. I wish we could have swept. That would have felt better, but they look good.
Yeah. Going into it, if you said we would get 2 out of 3, I would have been pretty satisfied with that. So can't complain.
Yeah, fuck Gabe Kepler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple things. First, Harper, 3 home runs in 3 games. I mean,
Yeah. that
sure, the
power's
first
coming back.
game, it was the inside the Parker, but still, I mean, he
That
hit
was
that ball
sick.
really, really hard,
Yeah.
hit it far. And then the last couple of games, just dingers, man, just out of the ballpark. So I think it's probably safe to say that he's back, starting to look like he can carry the offense. I'm concerned that he's been a little gimpy and hasn't been able to play the field. It means we've seen a little more Schwarber in left than I think we would like, but hey, if Schwarber can continue to hit dingers and Harper's going to get hot, we'll be all right.
Yeah, I feel like not enough has been said about how strange of a season this has been for Schwarber.
Yeah.
He's what has 34 home runs now.
Yep.
Still a sub 200 batting average. I think he has barely. I think it's something like he has like 36, 37 singles and 34 home runs.
That's
something
wild.
insane like that. Really yeah, it's just bizarre. It's like hard to like look at his like slash line and figure out how that's possible.
Yeah,
I
what's his? I'm trying to pull it up now.
He
What's
gets-
his OBP? It's like
He
330,
gets
right?
on. Yeah, he gets on. I mean, he walks.
Yeah, he
a
walks
lot.
a decent amount.
He's seeing the ball. It's weird. Like and I think I said this like weeks ago, where he literally only hits home runs. That's it. I mean, like every now and then he'll get you a single or like a weird random hit or weird double. He runs around like Babe Ruth, all fat and happy and shit like that. But like other than that, the dude only hits dingers, and like I'm okay with that. He's in the number one spot.
Yeah, and he's not coming. They asked Thompson about that last night, I think, and they were like, "Is there any scenario where you might put Trey Turner at the leadoff spot?" And he was like, "Not unless Schwarber gets hurt." So that's his.
There's no need. I mean, like, yeah, it's not ideal. He's not going to be a guy that will get on base in the first inning. Either a strikeout or a home run. And honestly, it's worked, and it worked last year, and it's weird. It definitely is like not the most.
It's very atypical.
Ideal, but like that's what he does, and it does. You know.
I mean, it does work out sometimes if you have people because they have their guys at the bottom of the order have been pretty decent. So if you get a couple of those guys get on base, and all of a sudden. I mean, today they had a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, tonight they had a chance in that extra inning you could have tied the game with a home run because I think it was like, I forget who it was that got on, but, they had a chance.
Well, you have like Stott, Marsh, and then like Sosa or like whoever else you want to, Rojas, whoever you want to put at like 7, 8, 9. So you figure he's kind of like a second cleanup hitter where like you kind of have a guy that, if the outs are right and people are on base, he could have the potential to do that. And he's shown that he can. But your leadoff is very hotter. Like you either get home run or nothing, which is kind of like Howard toward the end of his career. Like he couldn't really do anything but hit dingers too.
Right. But Howard wasn't even walking.
No. Well, he couldn't see. He swung. He was like Castellanos, but with a bigger bat, where at least Schwarber, I mean, hey, he sees, it's weird because he can see the ball really well to be able to get walked, but he
can't make
strikes.
contact.
Yeah, it's like a very, I don't know, the guy's an enigma, but I'm cool with it. Like I fucking love Schwarber. I'm not gonna lie. I'm into it.
Yeah,
I've always
been a
Schwarber
guy
fan
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the offense took off once we put him in a leadoff spot. Or I shouldn't say took off, but it improved. It's not really taken off this year, but it improved when we put him in a leadoff spot. So,
I'd say it took off since they gave Trey Turner a standing ovation.
That's
the offense
fair.
as a whole was happy to see him get hot, and it just elevated, really, I think, a lot of people on that team. I mean, you have Baum and Stott doing their thing, and they're pretty much consistent. They're crushing it. They're doing well.
Yeah.
But now they got Trey Turner that is turning the page and doing well. That is a huge come up for the team because they could put 12 runs on anybody at any given moment.
Right. Yeah. We've seen a bunch more of that lately.
Yeah. Especially with Harper with his power back.
Yeah. Yeah. So excited to see Harper with his power back. Then the other thing too, you said fuck Gabe Kapler. I still think that Gabe kind of got the short end of the stick, but what I will say is watching him manage these games, man, just
I don't miss that.
Yeah, it feels like
pulling guys, like pulling pitchers left and right.
Fucking Tony La Russa's back, right?
The Giants used 10 or 11 pitchers today.
Yeah.
In a 10-inning game.
And they barely won.
Just insane, man. Like, he manages literally every game like it's Game 7 of the World Series, which is good in a sense, right? Like, you want someone that takes it seriously and wants to win. But it's like, bro, you don't need to do all that.
No.
Like, some of the Giants players are apparently really against the way he manages. And,
I mean, imagine if you're a guy who has, gotten all the way to the majors, you're good enough to prove that you're a starting pitcher, and you get stuck on a team that manages like that, and it's like, I never get to throw like fucking 5 innings in this fucking team,
Right.
It's annoying.
Yeah, and then apparently Matt Gelb was saying this on his podcast. The Giants fans and some of the Giants media have started to get pretty contentious with Kapler, and like Matt Gelb's just saying, dude, this is just like Philly is last year all over again. He's gonna wear out his welcome again.
It's like, as long as, I mean, because that's the thing. If you have like a very unconventional managing style like that, if you're winning, you're winning. No one's gonna say that. But if you start like fucking up, like the leash is gonna be short because all of a sudden, like all these weird things you're doing are just gonna be magnified, and people are like, well, that's the reason that we're losing.
Well, and you do all the weird rotational things that fucks up the whole
Fucking
lineup.
Chip
Then,
Kelly.
But
he's basically
he is, yeah.
I mean, I
went
will
from
say
Philly to San Francisco, just like Chip Kelly.
That's true.
Yes, sir.
Gabe Kapler's gonna be coaching UCLA soon.
But nah, man, good to take 2 out of the 3 against them. I still don't really want to face them in the playoffs just because the Phillies haven't won in San Francisco in what feels like a decade.
Yeah.
But
they never seem to play well there.
But whatever. It kind of seems...
hopefully we'd have the home field, but...
Right.
I was going to say, it kind of seems like we will, regardless of
it'd be 1-1-1, it'd be a 3-game. Yeah.
I feel at this point, if the Phillies don't hold on to that top wild card spot, something will have gone very wrong. They should be able to hold on to it.
Yeah, and they seem like they're on track to do that. I mean, they don't ever have, even the losses that they've had lately don't feel as heart-wrenching as they have even like a month ago. They seem like, okay, hey, they got great wins here and there, whatever.
They're winning series. Is
Yeah,
what
and I'm
matters.
okay with that. Like, they're not having super I mean, this one was a little disappointing just because it was bottom of the ninth. You're tied up. You had a chance to win the game there for sure. But after having 2 great wins, I feel okay with, like, all right, you gave up the third game. Like, San Fran's going to give them their all and play like it's a playoff game, like you said, and they do that. But I feel like this team is poised. They're ready. They're meeting the moment, and they understand what's on the line. And, you can see the stand. I mean, Citizens Bank Park has been pretty full every home game recently, and they're feeling that energy. They're like, we're right, like, October is right around the corner. You're right, they're getting ready for it. So
it's definitely starting to get back to that feel.
Yeah,
like
big time.
The vibes are back in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Speaking of good vibes, Jose Alvarado's back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
my
nice.
man, bead boy, dude.
Yeah, he's making his necklaces for everybody. Did you see that?
Yeah. Who was wearing them? Jeff Hoffman and Strom, was it? Someone else had one on.
Yeah, I feel like at some point the whole bullpen's got to have him.
Yeah, it's a sign of just the brotherhood, man. No other teams got their guys wearing beads that their loogie, I guess you would call them, their lefty specialist is making.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's just a good dude. Making the rotisserie chickens out of the towels earlier this year. That's my guy,
that's
man.
just funny as hell. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good to have him back. Sir Anthony threw a scoreless inning yesterday. Hopefully he can keep that up. Because if the bullpen can get rolling, offense continues to hit. If Nola can ever figure it out, we're sitting pretty.
You can just not give up home runs.
Right.
They'll be fine. Did you guys watch the game, the Little League special or whatever?
How did
they
y'all
lost
feel
that
about
game.
that?
It stunk.
That's the second time they've done it, right? They had that against the Mets a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's the broadcast is brutal. I mean, it's like I get it, like
we're talking about Little League here.
I know. Well, I get like I'm not trying to like rag on a bunch of little kids or whatever, but it is like, man, I don't know. It does get very awkward. Some of these, they keep putting these kids on to ask like kind of dumb questions.
Yeah, what was the one where Castellanos?
The Castellanos bit was great. Though there was this kid, I guess he was on like the team Australia or whatever.
He's Korean,
and he's like, and he's like, and Castellanos is like, so you're from you're from Australia or Australian? And he's like, I'm from Australia, but I'm Korean, like ethnically or whatever. And Castellanos says like, citizen of the world. It's like Castellanos is like the great, like, dude, they're just like all a bunch of like just lovable dumb guys, which is great. Like, did you see the quote? I think this was like a Matt Gilb article.
Oh, the
about
Brandon
last
Marsh
night.
quote.
The Brandon Marsh
incredible.
talking about how
Let's see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, when he runs, he imagines that there's a bear chasing him. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick because it was pretty incredible. But yeah, to your point about them just being dumb and lovable, what did Castellanos say his introductory press conference? I don't have a college degree. I just get paid to hit baseballs or something like that. Yeah, the Brandon Marsh quote. I'm running like I'm running away from a pack of wolves, Marsh said. A bear is following me. I think they're chomping at my feet and I'm trying to get home. There's an invisible barrier at home plate, and once I pass that, they can't get me. I just have to get there.
The kids are like,
weird dude,
the kids are like, cool. Yeah, I love that.
He is the man, dude. Did you see the post-game interview with Trey Turner yesterday where they go to like douse him in Gatorade and they miss?
Yeah, it was a whiff.
And then Brandon Marsh throws him a piece of dried Wagyu steak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He says it's Wagyu. He's like, I'm not eating this
Wagyu.
shit. Yeah. Then they hit him with the squirt gun anyway. He's like, yeah, they're children over there. Like, it is what it is. But they're having fun though, and I haven't seen them all have a good time like that in a while.
Gotta have those kind of vibes to get through a playoff run, you know?
Big time. It felt good, but shout out media. I mean, they had a great team this year. Good Little League World Series.
Are they still in it? They got
knocked out.
That day, actually.
Bummer.
Yeah. But they at least got there.
Yeah. They represented us well.
Yeah.
And for them, man, like for these kids, that's got to be cool to
have the Phillies rooting them on the
you're
whole
usually
time.
in the stands rooting for them.
Yeah.
They're sitting there rooting for you.
They
How
were
cool
cheering.
is that?
It was awesome, man. So that was cool to see the camaraderie that way. And I think that,
I used to go to the Little League World Series every year.
Williamsport?
Like when I was a kid. Yeah, I used to me and my dad and my brother used to watch the final game or whatever on that big hill.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big hill wasn't there.
What?
Or I guess the Phillies didn't play at the same stadium.
No, yeah, they weren't at the same stadium, but the one where the actual the Phillies weren't playing on a Little League field.
They would be crushing that shit.
Yeah, we played there's the first Major League Baseball game where there's 50 home runs hit.
Yeah.
Dude, Rodolfo Castro could have hit one out
dude.
there.
That's funny.
Yeah, I used to sit up because it was tough to get because there's only 200 actual seats in the place or whatever. So we would just go on the hill, and my dad made these little wooden just things to sit so you could so you didn't have to have your ass on the hill and be leaning up because it's pretty steep. But yeah,
so you put a little shelf. Nice.
Yeah, it's just a little shelf seat, so the little thing that goes up and then across for the seat, so it sits there real nice on the
That's
the
nice.
angle. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that was cool. And then
A
you
little
get
portable bleacher.
get some and then there's people get the piece of cardboard to go make it a little sled, go down the hill.
Nice.
Yeah, Little League World Series it's a fun time if you're a child.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much now, I gotta say.
Yeah, speaking of Sunday's game, it's been a while since the Phillies had an ESPN Sunday night game. How do y'all feel about the in-game interviews while someone's on the field?
Oh, they're pretty annoying.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like them.
Yeah,
I'm not a
they're
fan.
horrible, man. So I'm sitting at my mom's watching the game, me and my sister. My sister, not the biggest sports fan, but has always enjoyed watching a baseball game. And she hadn't watched many games this year, but she's saying, why are they doing this? This is awkward. These guys aren't even giving good answers. It's yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
They have to pay attention to what's on the field.
Yeah,
You
I like
can't
when
go
the guy's
that-
about the pitch and he's hold on a second. I have to get ready to field the fucking ball.
I appreciate a lot of things they've done to try to make baseball interesting. The larger bases, the elimination of the shift, the pitch clock, just anything they can do to inject some life and some energy into it. But these on-field interviews while you're in the middle of trying to catch a fly ball,
Yeah.
this just
And
ain't it.
It's also almost they're admitting in a way, they're kind of leaning into the idea that baseball is boring. Just the fact that they can conduct an interview while a guy is playing the
Right,
game.
that's a good
Imagine
point.
doing that in any other sport. There's no way. You have fucking Jalen Hurts mic'd up
No.
while they're
Hell fucking no.
running through a 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, baseball, it's the only sport you could do it in, I guess, that way. Maybe golf. But
Who wants to
yeah.
hear a golfer talk,
well, that's my
though?
point, though, is that
It's a little kid
no
asking
one's
their favorite
craving,
golfer.
no one's
a
craving
question.
sideline fucking conversations mid-game from a baseball player. You'd rather see the reaction. I'd rather watch them watch the game than hear them talk about what they're... It's just stupid.
Yeah,
that was
I mean, it
They're
was
trying too much.
I feel like it was bad. I remember when they would do the. I guess they still do this, but they when they do the in-game interviews when they're in the dugout or whatever, and those are weird enough because it's
Yeah, after a home
the
run,
guy's
that
got
makes
shit
sense.
to worry
Yeah.
about. He's got things to think about, whatever. He's probably doesn't really want to do an interview right now, but to take that up to the next level and while
Right.
they're actually playing.
Yeah.
It's just.
The
I can
playoffs,
understand doing that during the All-Star game or some kind of
A game that doesn't matter.
yeah,
fine.
spring training. But yeah, during an actual game is a little absurd.
no.
Yeah, that was
And
just
it only gets worse
infuriating.
during the playoffs. The playoffs, you get that fucking dork with the fucking, what's it called?
Oh,
The
Ken
little-
Rosenthal,
Yeah,
the little guy.
Bow tie man.
I can't stand that guy. I don't like that dude. Miss me out of here with that Weatherman Schwartz look. I don't need that shit in the dugout real quick.
Yeah, there can be only
King
one, man.
Schwartz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slash Pee Wee Herman.
Look
It's
at
if they
old
both had a
school
kid.
Tucker Carlson.
Yo,
Yeah,
rest
back-
in peace, Pee Wee Herman.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman,
Yeah.
a real man. That sucks. But don't need him in the dugout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The game's a game.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
he
watch
can
the
sit
baseball.
in the stands,
yeah,
man. He can
yeah.
he can
don't
sit
need
on
to
the
be
big hill on
interviewing
Trevor's dad's bench.
anybody.
Yeah. Probably still have those things in our basement somewhere at my parents' house.
Yo, we got to get them on the podcast set, man. Hang them up. Well, I guess they're probably made of wood.
Yeah,
You can't
it's
hang
too
them
heavy.
anywhere.
You can really hang them.
Well, we
Whatever.
can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That about it for the Phils?
Uh,
Baseball?
oh.
Got anything else?
The Angels are coming to town. Are we going next week?
Yeah, I would like to, but did you hear Ohtani left the game today?
Yeah, arm fatigue, so
Arm
he
fatigue,
probably
so
ain't pitching.
Probably not pitching, but I think he might still
Mike
play.
Trout's back, though.
Oh, yeah. It'd be a good series to go to either way.
Yeah, so we should try to go.
Yeah, I'm down.
Put some stickers up at CBP.
Hell
On
yeah.
some seats.
Start to represent, man.
Put
Get
'em
the
up
get
in
the
the
podcast name out
Bathroom
there.
is the money. That's the money spot right
Yeah,
there.
put them in the urinals, you know?
Mm-hmm.
On the baby changing
Not afraid,
station.
not afraid to get my hand wet.
Don't even start with this. Don't even start with this bathroom sanitation
This
nonsense.
way-
no, that could
Y'all
be-
nasty,
This way, when
man.
the single dads
No, that
try to
could be-
change
that
their
could-
baby,
that
they
could-
can open up and there's just us right there.
Yeah, that
looking
could be
right at
that could be the perfect thing because it's
Because
like
isn't it a little
you're in the
bear
middle,
right
you're
now?
in like the middle. You're in like the middle
Yeah.
of the middle of the game. All of a sudden, you gotta like change diapers. Like that's the last thing you want to do while you're trying to enjoy a game, you know. But it's like you gotta do it. You're a parent,
Yeah,
and
You're like-
you go in there, you flip the thing down, and what do you see?
us.
What is this? Well, this is, looks like some kind
Yeah.
of podcast never heard of. That's interesting. Let me take out my phone and scan
Yeah.
that QR
Yeah,
code.
my
Well, I'm
baby's just peeing all over the place,
Let-
pooping his brains out.
Let
Well,
me-
yeah, that's why we got
cares?
the glossy finish
Yeah.
so that they're
That is true.
You can pay
baby
and spray,
piss
baby.
resistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put your pizza down. Put the kid down.
Ew.
Or
Yeah,
put
put
the kid
the-
down. Then
Don't
pizza
even
down, or
start
whatever.
with the
Yeah.
pi-
Put the
But
pizza on the kid,
You're,
and then
you're in there juggling all your $4
Yeah.
dogs while you're changing
Oh
your kid's
my
diaper.
god,
I can see it. Potential's there, baby.
y'all are too much.
Well, you open the door, I just flush the toilet.
All right, on that note, we can move on.
Yeah, I think now we're done with the films. I guess we could touch briefly on the latest developments in the ongoing James Harden saga.
Oh my god, this
So-
fucking guy.
Someone's over it already. Well, we're all over it.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to talk about this? No, but we kind of have to.
Yeah, there was a minor update. Yeah,
Adam Silver grows a pair, finally lays the hammer down.
he must have heard us calling for the mummy of
Yeah,
David Stern last
exactly.
week.
He's like, damn, I got to show up here. Puts a $100,000 fine on James Harden for, and this is what was funny because I guess the fine was for, I guess they're not supposed to actually publicly say that they're demanding a trade or whatever. That's like against the CBA, you know?
Harden actively, yeah.
Yeah.
There was no way around that.
Like, yeah, him saying I will never be in an organization with Daryl Morey, pretty much, you know, there's no other way to take that.
Yeah,
But it was funny because I was thinking before about how, you know, the fact that what else he could be. Maybe I thought it'd be funny if him calling Daryl Morey a liar was about something just completely innocuous. You know, like if it was like, you know, Daryl Morey, he said that he really liked my fit. And then I was talking to this other guy, and he said that that's not what he said. And he actually thought it looked bad. I'll never play for that motherfucker ever again.
When he had
Or
that
just
Cookie
like something
Monster outfit.
stupid, like he said he liked my Cookie Monster jacket.
I think that, well, did they find Lillard the same way that they find Harden or no?
no, but he didn't
Well-
come out
well,
and say like
He
well,
said, I only want to play for Miami. Is that not the same thing that I won't play for any team that Murray's
I don't-
associated with?
Yeah, I think they did it.
How is that
I
not
think
the
the
same?
Dame thing they did it a little more subtly. I
They
mean, it was
did-
obvious what the point they were getting
yeah,
across.
but
I don't-
it wasn't Dame going up to a bunch of kids at a Chinese basketball
Saying,
camp and
I will
saying,
never play.
"Yeah,
for
I'm never
Portland
playing for
Trailblazers."
Portland again."
Fine, but
Yeah.
the rule was that you can't publicly whatever about trade talks, and Lillard said, "I will only
Yeah.
go and play
I'm
for
curious
Miami,"
what the
which it's the same tampering in a trade talk. It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
This
I mean,
guy-
I'm curious what the actual language of the CBA is because it's like, I mean, people
It's a
request
bunch of
trades all the
legalese
time.
we would never understand.
Also,
I think
a-
you just can't publicly. I feel like you can like request a trade, but you can't like demand a trade. Like,
Also,
I
why-
literally will never play for this team unless you have to trade me. I think that's
Yeah, there's a
the
difference.
line.
well,
But of course, like the Players Association.
I
is
hear
gonna
you,
appeal
man.
It, you know.
I think
Like the
it's
statute of limitations, it's like, what is it?
I think it's
not,
kinda
it's kind of
bullshit.
undefined.
to be honest with you. At the same time, why is the fine then only $100,000
I mean,
That's
that's
like
a pretty
ten-
big fine.
100
for-
grand's a lot of money.
for James Harden?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all like, I mean, it's all a drop in the bucket for
Yeah,
these
but
guys. But that's
because-
like a pretty hefty. I mean, that's a
No,
way
it's-
bigger fine
no,
you get for like
My point though is
Yeah.
that
punching
like
someone in the face on the court or some shit.
my point though is that like people that request a trade and break this rule are guys that aren't going to be fucking nobodies on a team. They're just happy to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
Guys that make these accusations.
So what, you
Those
wanted
are-
to see them fine him like
They're gonna-
15 million?
I don't know. Make him
What
stop
if-
selling
I mean-
shitty wine. I don't know. Do something like
What if they? What if Adam Silver
You can't
lays
stop
down
the
the
free
hammer?
market, man. It's
What
a
if-
capitalist
trade
society.
his ass fine him $1 million.
What if? Yeah, it should be proportional.
Do
I've,
something.
I've always speaking of like,
$100,000 is like nothing to James
dude.
Harden.
Speaking
in,
of the
in the grand scheme
speaking
of
of the
things.
PPA, I've always felt that like with traffic tickets and like speeding tickets and stuff, they should make them proportional to your income. So that like
Or to the
That-
make and model of your car. A Porsche or a BMW should be probably
way more,
a little bit more.
Because exactly, like if
than a Toyota Camry.
If you're a millionaire, that like $50-$100 speeding ticket is like a drop in the bucket. You don't even feel that. So what's the incentive to not? It should be proportional.
Also, like that's what I'm saying.
It should hurt the same way, regardless of how much money you make.
It's like a $10 fine to us, or a parking ticket for us. But like James Harden's like, I don't want to play with the Sixers because of Daryl Morey, whatever, all the fucking bitch ass shit he does. $100,000 to him is literally nothing.
Yeah, it'd be funny if they start to really, come down on all these public trade requests, and they end up fining Furkan Korkmaz $100,000.
Dude, for him, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
but
he's a piece of scratch.
Well, I'm just saying. Harden.
Did you see he was lighting it up for Team Turkey?
No,
he was going off. Yeah,
he's a baller, man.
In like one of these, yeah.
Nick Nurse is going to unleash him this year.
Dude, that would rule.
When
he catches Fyre, he can shoot a little bit.
We don't have a whole hell of a lot of wings.
Pretty good groundbreaking performance.
Yeah, he might not have much choice then to unleash the Furk.
Yo, I'm here for the Furcon 40.83 game, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm here for that. It'll be his last hurrah. It'll be like Cole Hamels' no-hitter. He has this standout performance, and they trade him the week after that.
Like an earthquake.
But yeah, as far as Harden goes, man, typically pro player, he got what he deserved with this one.
Yeah, I mean,
he sold 10,000 bottles of wine. He probably just offset that. He could pay that fine with his fucking shitty wine deal he just sold.
And he got Adidas money. The basketball camp was an Adidas basketball camp.
Boom. Adidas. Yeah. Man,
so,
fuck this guy.
He got what he deserved. I mean, you can't be doing that. And, like...
I hope he gets diabetes, to be honest.
He's...
Drinking that shitty ass. You know that wine's probably too sweet because he's not making it right.
He's going to do the thing where he gets fat again, but he's going to take it too far.
Yeah.
And it's like, buddy, you got to start taking insulin now.
Yeah,
like you took this a little too far.
Arteries going to be all clogged.
Eating too many.
About to take his game to fucking Saudi Arabia, to be honest.
Too many tasty cakes.
Yeah.
Yo, so I was thinking, you think there's more likelihood that he stays in China at this point?
Yeah.
I
think it could happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude.
I think he's going to eventually link up with
he doesn't want to play for the Sixers. He refuses to play for the Sixers. No other NBA team wants him. He said himself, he's like, man, I might just stay in China. I should just stay here. I should play here. Everybody loves me. They would probably give him $40 million a year, which is more than the Sixers are going to give him.
Do you think they can actually afford to give that? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what the salary cap is in the Chinese basketball league.
I don't think they pay like that. It would be funny if
China's got money though.
It'd be funny if that's what finally, if this was what finally turned the sort of like
he might finally get a ring.
Like we've had the U.S. government's had this sort of like quasi Cold War going with China for a while now. This is the thing that finally tips it over into a hot war. Like we're trying look, according to the NBA contracts, he can't be playing in any other league, including foreign leagues. He can't play in China, and they're just like, well, what are you gonna do about it? And they're, well, I guess we gotta send in the troops now.
Yeah, unleash the nukes, man.
Get the beard back.
Have fun. Let him take your team
That's
to
like
the
what
fucking...
finally. This is what finally causes the nuclear holocaust that we've been fearing
James Harden
since World War II.
Dude, James Harden ain't worth all that.
No.
Joel Embiid, different story, but James Harden ain't worth all that, man.
James Harden about to take the Beijing, whatever they are, into like
Shanghai Sharks, man. I think they're the best team over there.
He's going to drop 40 points in the first game and the third game and then ghost the rest of the team for the rest of the fucking playoffs. Yeah. So, yeah, have fun with that shit.
Yeah, it'd be funny to watch him choke in the Chinese basketball league playoffs.
Fucking bum. I don't want him anywhere in this city. I'm over it.
He's probably going to end up coming back.
If he comes back now, it's going to be such a it's all it's going to be about. It won't be about Nick Nurse or the development of the young players or like potentially the last year with Embiid on a playoff potential championship caliber team. It'll be about how does Harden feel? Is he welcome back on the team? Is he going to play right? Is he thin? Is he too fat? I'm over it. He's a fucking prima donna living in China right now, playing basketball, selling wine, running his mouth.
Yeah, I think he did come back from China.
Yeah, he was in Houston talking shit on
wherever
Friday.
he is then. Houston, wherever he is at. I'm over it.
Yeah.
It's heated.
I'm over it too. I think we're all at the same point. We're all over it, but he's going to end up coming back. Going to be a huge distraction.
huge in more ways than one distraction.
I think
Yeah.
maybe it ends up being the same thing with Ben Simmons in that they just send him home and say, yeah, just don't come back. I don't know. We'll see. This is going to be a mess, but we'll have plenty more time to talk about this when Sixers training camp starts in
that's when
a
it'll really
couple
get
of weeks,
interesting, I
which
guess.
is crazy.
I guess that's kind of soon.
Just
Damn.
been a dramatic summer and all that BS.
We should, though, buy his wine to try it. I'm not going to lie. We should.
Didn't you bought a couple bottles before the Harden wine.
Oh, yeah, for our
We should
NBA fantasy draft.
We should buy some for the pod and just sit the bottle right there when we're done.
Yeah, we got that Harden, got a couple bottles of the Harden cab that we drank.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was like a, pretty boilerplate. Like, it wasn't like bad. It wasn't like anything remarkable. It was just like fine.
Just wine, dude. But that's how I feel about all wines. I think we've had this conversation on the pod before, though. To me, all wine kind of tastes the same. Unless we're talking MD 2020 or Night Train. Ugh.
Yeah.
The wine of our high school years.
Yeah, Mad Dog, baby. That, like, peach Mad Dog, dude.
Yeah, the blue one. What even was that? Blue raspberry? What?
Probably, yeah, something like that.
I love Mad Dog.
It all kind of just tasted the same. Just tasted like over-sweet,
Bum wine.
cheap, mediocre liquor.
Yeah. The Mad Dog's all right, but the Night Train is like, that's the real brutal stuff.
Oh, man.
That's like, you gotta...
Night Train Express, yo.
Toot toot. I will say, though, whatever.
It was like drinking cough syrup. It was so thick and just so red. Ugh.
Yeah, stuff's gross. That's probably what that fucking teacher was drinking.
Oh, yeah, the teacher in Oklahoma. Yeah, she was on some other shit, man. That video the whole story's incredible.
It's all fun and games. You sign up for a breathalyzer test, so confident, and you're like, oh, wait, we're doing this thing?
Yo, a .24. That's prolific.
Yeah. I guess we should, for those who
That's
don't know what we're
third-
talking about.
Yeah, we should elaborate a little bit.
That's third grade for you right there.
There was
That's drinking, buddy.
There's a teacher in
third
Oklahoma.
grade teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to pull the article up here.
Drank half a box of wine until 3 a.m. before the first day of school.
And then she finished it, no?
I don't know if she finished. She brought some to work, right?
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's was her
She tried
mistake.
to hair the dog at work, that's all.
If she was just, I feel like you could get through the day just brutally hungover, but if you're re-upping in the morning, then you're
I don't know,
in the
man.
danger
Hangover
zone,
with
then.
a classroom full of third graders, that's got to be fucking
that sounds
tough.
nightmarish.
Yeah.
The first day of school.
Yeah.
How was your summer? Nah.
So this article from the New York Post. Superintendent's talking to her. No more games, right? What is in that? Asks Superintendent Doug Ogle, pointing at the blue cup Coates had been drinking from in the morning. My juice, Coates replies before being cut off by the school resource officer. Want to try that again? That there is wine, the officer says after smelling the cup. So she was just drinking wine on the job, dude. Coates tried to excuse her odd behavior by blaming the anxiety medication she had taken, but a breathalyzer test showed a BAC level of 0.24, 3 times the legal driving limit of 0.08. She was hammered, dude. When I was 17 at a house party, the cops came. It was in the middle of nowhere, PA. There were like 40 of us. Breathalyzed all of us. We were all underage. I was 17. I think I drank a fifth of whiskey that day, which I can't do at all now. 17, I don't know how I did it. I blew a .20 and I was blacked out. She blew a .24, was just trying to teach a
That's
third
that
grade
wine,
class.
She's a veteran, you know?
That's wild.
That's that third grade teacher liver.
Yeah, she was drinking some Night Train in that blue cup, maybe. She's on some other shit, man.
And that mystical anxiety pill.
Yeah. Straight wine in the cup's pretty bold. Like, I would think you'd go with
Especially
some
red.
kind of mixed drink or...
Especially
Right.
red wine
Something.
first thing in the morning. It's a little bit, your mouth
it's
gets a
pretty
little
brutal.
dry.
Yeah, it's going to smell all strong, too.
That's a movie day for the kids right there. We're
Yeah,
turning the lights. We're turning the lights off.
First day of school, we're
Yeah.
watching Toy Story.
Yeah. Lights off. Toy Story
We're
on.
bringing in the cart with the TV.
Maybe Finding Nemo, something soothing. Maybe David Attenborough, something nice and
Yeah.
calming. You call it a
Planet
day.
You think
Yeah.
she's peeing in the trash can? What were you saying earlier before we started recording?
Well, this is a fellow school teacher, so I'll let that be for maybe off the record for a minute. But there was a guy. Well, maybe not. Fuck it. There was a guy.
You don't have to say their name.
Yeah,
Yeah, he didn't listen to
can't
the
remember.
pod.
Keep it
I'm not gonna lie, I
anonymous,
can't remember the name, but his wife taught at my school for a minute. But, he tried to blame someone pissing in his trash can in the classroom turned out it was himself peeing in the trash can. So,
Hell yeah.
you know, that's Philly for you right
Classic
there, baby.
move.
Yeah, he's like, who the fuck's peeing in my trash can? Oh, wait, it was me. But,
Whoops.
you know, it happens. You know, we've all done that.
Yeah,
you pee in the
it
trash
happens to the
can, you
best
think
of
it's
us.
someone else. I peed in a trash can once in my dorm when I was at Temple for a minute. But, you know, game's a game, dude. Shit happens. You can't make it to the bathroom. You just got to let it rip.
Yeah.
Wake up the next day, you're like, what the fuck is that smell? Oh, wait, that was me.
I remember I was at a Flyers game one time, and it was like a long line to the urinals, like between periods, and there was just like some dude just pissing into the sink. Just like, fuck it, I'm not waiting in this line.
Hey, that was my move when I was younger, when I was like real hammered. Like someone was in the bathroom at a party. If I like wasn't anywhere near outside, I'd just go in the bathroom while they're peeing and pee in the sink.
Tub, I love the good tub pee.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, man.
It's all porcelain.
You can't be wetting yourself.
The water still gets hot. At least that water gets hot. You know what I mean? You put the little hot water on, call it a day, or the litter box. I was a big fan of that.
What?
Wait, I was saying.
Yeah. What? We're not all. What?
Oh, dude,
No?
the libs of TikTok, the libs of whatever TikTok ladies gonna have a field day with this.
I mean,
You really used
They're
to
like,
do
it's
that?
true.
Why
They are
you didn't
pissing
really
in the
used
litter
to do
box.
that?
the funny thing is, I used to do it at my friend's house. They'd be like, oh my God, my cat took the biggest piss last night. We're like, that's crazy. Yeah.
Dude, Pat was pissing like Duke, dude.
Yeah. That shit would come
He
out
was
like that.
pissing like
Fucking,
a diabetic cat.
they would scoop that litter box. It'd be like that basketball. They'd be like, why is it so dense right now? I'd be like, that's crazy. That's
I don't
wow.
know how that happened.
I don't know what happened. But yeah, I used to love
Oh my
peanuts.
God.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's one of the most fucked up things I've ever heard.
No, well, plenty of other things. I threw up once in someone's sink for a minute because I thought they had a garbage disposal, but they didn't.
Ooh, that's a...
That was tough.
I've been at parties where someone did that before.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I played a show one time where someone did that in the green room in the bathroom. They didn't throw up in the toilet. They threw up in the sink of the green room. And it was the only green room in the whole venue.
Damn, and no disposal.
No disposal. It was just like a regular ass bathroom. So someone had to go in there and scoop all the puke out so people could wash their hands in the sink again. It was, ugh.
Yeah, I never got
It
invited back to
smelled-
that house.
it
But you know,
stunk.
you play the game, you see what happens, and you know, a litter box though, if everything's full up, bingo, I'm in there.
That's
Never
a new
shit
one.
in that though. That'd be a flex.
It's just
It's just a pile of...
someone walks down, like, say this is the litter box in the basement. Someone walks down the litter box, just sees you
There's
squatting
like-
over a litter box.
They just come out next morning like, damn, I have to take my cat to the vet. Something's going on
Yeah,
here.
this shit is
My cat
massive.
my cat just shit out like half her weight and shit. I think some of her internal organs might be mixed up in there.
No, my cat learned how to use toilet paper. What's this all about?
Yeah.
Damn.
I have the smartest cat.
Oh, I see she folds. She doesn't crumple. Okay, good for her.
Man.
Very
She's a
sophisticated.
civilian up in this.
But yeah, you know, game's a game, baby.
So
yeah.
should we talk about the Eagles?
Yeah, we went from talking about James Harden to drinking and then just shit. So that tells you what we think of him.
Oh man, Bird Gang, baby.
Yeah, so they get a bunch of injuries in the fucking that Browns preseason game. That sucked. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the only one of major consequence was Zach McPherson tears his Achilles. He's gone for the year, so that's a bummer.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Then,
That sucked because he looked pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, I think defensively that's a big deal because he was playing a lot of backup nickel.
Yeah.
But also, man, special teams. He was special teams player of the week at least once last year. He was great last year on special teams.
Yeah.
That's a low-key big loss.
They
Like,
lost two big guys on special teams in the last.
Yeah, Sean Bradley, too.
Yeah, in the
Yeah, our
last
special
week.
teams was never really a strong suit.
Yeah, it's always been the
Ugh.
last priority, which makes sense, but
Since they let Phipp
Wait.
go.
yeah.
Yeah, should have
Yeah.
kept. But yeah, I think some of the other injuries too. Moro Ojimo, he was looking good, dude.
Mhm.
Then he got hurt.
The guy
That
from
looked serious.
Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the young kid. And then Tyree Cleveland, I
Yeah.
gassed him up in that last pod.
Yeah, he was looking pretty
The
good.
Avery curse.
Yeah.
It's like we don't know if it's Avery. It might
Well, don't
become
say that
the Avery
now.
curse.
Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah. Don't say anything good about any other.
But yeah, I gassed him up. That also looked serious. They had to take him and Ojimo out on stretchers.
Yeah.
Yeah. that
Well,
was
I
pretty
felt
brutal.
back because the one point, I think it was McPherson or maybe I forget who it was, but the stadium started doing the wave.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, this shit's
That
a
was
bad.
horrible.
That was a pretty bad
I was
look.
like, guys, come on now. Like, we didn't know what was going on.
I think it's just I just chalk that up to the fact that the preseason tickets are obviously way cheaper, and there's probably a lot of casuals there. You know,
a lot of
Yeah,
kids.
people
A lot
that
of
don't
people-
know.
a lot of people that are just there because they want to like have a nice night, and just hang out at the link. You know,
It's a lot of
Not
kids
paying
and like
attention-
family
obviously
friendly
not
stuff.
paying attention to the game.
No,
but yeah,
that was
not a
little-
good look.
That was tough to look at. I mean, it went on too for a. I never saw a wave go on for 5 10. I mean, it was
At
just
a football game, like
Oh,
you
man,
see that at a
over and
baseball
over.
game sometimes, but not
this
at a
shit went
football
around
game.
for
That was-
forever.
That was insufferable.
First, second, and third deck. I mean, it was an impressive wave for sure, but I was like, man, this shit is beat.
Yeah,
Mm.
not good.
But
But I guess the other big topic is the backup quarterback situation.
dude,
Tanner
Tanner
McKee looked
McKee,
nice.
man,
he's
He can
good.
throw the ball,
balling, dude.
He can throw the ball.
Dude, I mean, Mariota might have won our hearts over with that fucking quarterback show, but McKee
I mean, I don't
is
know about
clearly
that, but-
the better. McKee is clearly the better quarterback. I
Yeah,
mean,
McKee's great, man.
Mariota, he couldn't hit the fucking broadside of a barn right now. That guy
Dude.
sucks. He can't read. He can't do anything. Best thing he's good for is run blocking, which you don't want to hear about with your quarterback.
Yeah, your quarterback shouldn't
Yeah,
be
it's
like
not
your main run blocker, your lead blocker on a running play.
Terrible.
But yeah, I think what's interesting, right, is they brought in Mariota because they're thinking, yeah, if Hurts goes down, this guy can capably run like
He fits
Our-
the mold
our-
for
read option,
Yep.
or RPO, like he can run that.
Yep.
The thing he can't do is everything else Hurts does.
Throw.
The deep throws, the intermediate throws, the hitting guys on the move, the accuracy.
He can
None
even
of
hit.
that.
I honestly don't think that if he had no O-line or D-line in front of him and just a center snapping him the ball with a free range to throw, I don't think he'd hit any receiver anywhere on the field. The dude's
No.
bad.
No,
He's so bad at throwing the ball.
like nice guy. Like as you mentioned, we've seen in quarterback, nice guy.
Yeah, great
Wish
dude.
him well. Like
Yeah,
feel for his family. Like
this
his
ain't
wife.
it.
His wife was a great person. They got their little girl, and like you want them to do well. But dude,
Yeah.
He was
He's
getting booed.
butt.
He was getting booed during preseason. He would never last if he had to fill in for Hurts right
oh
now.
god, dude. So yeah, the point I was gonna make is that Tanner McKee, man, he's got that deep ball accuracy, that back shoulder throw. He's
Yeah.
nailing guys with it.
Mobile
Yeah.
too.
Like,
I mean, like
sneakily
his
mobile.
numbers that he had should have looked even better because there was like
They
2 or
dropped, like,
3
six
perfect
balls.
passes that
Yeah.
he dropped.
yeah.
Sneakily mobile too. The guy can like roll out of the pocket to the
Makes-
left or right. Looks
He was
pretty
making
good.
the right decision
Yeah.
on the RPOs. Like
Yep.
that's our guy.
He
I
helped
think.
us tie the game that way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when you're playing games where obviously preseason doesn't mean anything, but when you see guys play like they know that their jobs and honestly like their careers on the line, he's proving his worth. Where Mariota, you know, you're number 1 overall pick before, you know what I mean? You've been a starter before around the league. Come on now. There's what first game knocked the rust off. I get it. Come back from injury, another new team, new scheme, and all that shit. But like, you can't hit a wide open guy. You can't
Yeah.
throw the ball down the field more than 10 yards. I mean, just brain
Dude,
dead
that
plays.
interception he threw,
Yeah.
air
I mean,
mailed it by like
Yeah.
5 feet over the tight end, over Calcaterra, right into the safety's arms, man.
Yeah, and I mean,
What the
like
hell's wrong
as,
with him?
as like decent as he's been with like running plays and stuff, that doesn't really mean anything if there's no threat to
Right.
run. There's like still a stack the box against them, and yeah,
It's not. I mean, we were lucky. You know, I mean, I think that Minshew did a good job last year with us. I think he was a good backup quarterback, but he's assumed
was
that
excellent
role.
for a
I think
backup,
that Mariota is just kind of run his course. I don't think that he's worth a roster spot at this point. I would rather dump
Yeah.
I really don't. I would rather dump Mariota, promote Tyler McKee, and pick up. I would rather have fucking Matt Ryan as a third quarterback.
Dude, but the thing is,
I would
don't-
trust that.
I don't think they cut Mariota because they give him $5 million guaranteed, and if they cut him, it's an $8 million cap hit.
yeah.
I don't think they're going to be willing to eat $8 million.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll
You
definitely
could-
be on the roster. The only real question is he going to end up being the third
Third.
string?
That's what I was
Which-
going to say, right?
I think
don't-
so.
Which, like, to start the year, I doubt they're going to do that. Like,
But
Here's-
when push comes to shove, though, I mean, you don't have to be a fucking like expert in football to know that like he's your number 3 quarterback.
yeah,
Here's what I think would happen. If Hurts goes down in game, Mariota comes in,
yeah,
finishes the game.
yeah.
But if they have a week to prepare, they throw McKee in there with the ones in practice, and McKee starts the next
Yeah.
game.
I think he could.
Because in a pinch, like, Mariota can at least run and like provide the threat of a run in a game that Hurts comes out of.
Yeah, but I feel
But
like
if a team has all week to scheme against him,
especially if you're talking about like
oh my god,
and especially if it's like a multi-week injury, long-term injury, like
I just see that like if we go up on teams this year, or we're up like 15 or 4, whatever it is in the fourth quarter, I would rather have you put McKee in there than Mariota to get those reps in there with the number twos or half ones, half twos in offense. I think Mariota has wasted his opportunity to like earn that right. I think McKee is the guy that you put in there for those garbage minutes to see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, he's
been in the
mostly
league,
going to be handing the ball off in those situations. You're not going to see a whole lot out of him.
which is fine though. But take a deep stab, do something different. You know what I mean? I would trust his long ball late in the game just to see what happens. Than I would trust Mariota's fucking whatever he throws, a shot in
that's
the dark.
fair. Yeah.
yeah. But hey, man, Philadelphia Eagles quarterback factory. The factory.
Here we go again, dude. The
factory's
factory's up
still
and
running,
running.
man.
Yep. What else I got written down here about the Eagles?
That joint practice.
Well, no, we got
You
to
got
talk
something else
about Miles Jack just straight up retired.
Oh, yeah.
We were gassing him up 2 episodes ago, and he's
I'm
out.
out. Yeah,
Not
looks
surprising,
like
though.
Cunningham's looking like he's going to be a starter.
Yeah, I
Which is
think so.
fine.
He looked good in the last
Yeah,
game.
he's been good.
He played the whole damn game just about.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have any linebackers.
Yeah.
No.
Miles Jack played in the fourth quarter. I'm like, that should have been an indication. This guy's playing in the fourth quarter, though, the second to last preseason game. He ain't long for the NFL.
I mean, I'm okay with that. When he first came on the team and was like, I almost became a plumber or electrician, I was like, all right, my
Yeah.
man's already
Yeah,
2
his heart's
feet out.
not in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did
like,
a
it's
few
okay.
practices. It was like, that plumber shit sound pretty good, right?
Yeah, I can like make a decent
It
pay.
actually
and
seems all right to
make
me.
$30 an hour and not get CTE. I'm okay with that. Like,
Yeah, he's
I'm-
already made a bunch of money in his
yeah,
career, too.
and that's fine. Like, I'm cool with that. Cunningham will be okay. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up somebody else.
Someone that gets cut, I think.
somebody,
yeah.
someone low level or whatever it is. That Michigan State quarterback linebacker I like a lot.
Van Sumeren?
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah,
when
he
they,
looked good in the
yeah,
last game.
When they got him as an undrafted rookie free agent, I was really impressed.
Yeah,
'Cause I
he
think
had like
led
a
the team
fifth
in
or
tackles
sixth
on
round
that
pedigree
defense.
on him, and they got him undrafted.
I like him. But Miles Jack, don't miss him. I was like happy that we filled the need.
It was just weird that he just retired. I don't know. I thought that was
Corey
very strange.
Davis did the same thing today too.
Yeah, he's only 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles Jack's about
With
the same
Rodgers,
age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're seeing more and more of that guys like retiring pretty early,
Mhm.
which I mean makes sense. You don't want to end up like one of those guys that fucking
Yeah, you blow your leg out and then you get.
Don't end up like Antonio Brown, just out of your mind because of all the CTA.
Yeah,
But I think
some point you want to quit while you're ahead.
yeah. I mean, it would have been. It's a shame. I feel like this would have been his best year to be able to like just be on a contending team, so to speak. You got your best quarterback in your career, really, with Rodgers behind there, potentially if they
Yeah.
do well. But good for him. Get out while you can. No big deal.
Also, a first round pick, made his money.
Yeah.
He's probably chilling.
Yeah. No major injuries in his career. Like, that's fine with him. But, yeah, Miles Jack, good for him. Go to him. Hopefully he has a good business laying pipe.
Hey, yeah. May have to ask him to come fix someone's pipes around here, man, see what kind of work he does.
But, he came to Philly, got one stiff of the union. He's like, holy shit, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like I do like 4 years, I get that journeyman rate. Like I'm fucking chilling.
He's chilling, dude. That's his career. But yeah, the other thing from the preseason, that last game, is Zettner was ass, dude. The punter.
Oh, dude.
They cut him.
Yeah.
So, are we going to be looking at another year of Aaron Sipas after that Super Bowl?
Yep.
Shit, yeah,
He kind of cost us. Like, there are a bunch
Well-
of things that went into that. I can't sit here and say he's the sole reason we lost,
That punt was
but
brutal,
that
though.
punt was horrible.
Ass.
And we lost. They scored a touchdown because they got such good field position, and we lost the game by 3 points.
Yeah. I mean,
So we have to deal with him again?
well, I will say, the whole season though, last year, he did decent as a punter. He had a big fuck up. You could argue that Jalen Hurts fumbling the ball for a fucking run back for a touchdown cost us the game as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So, I'm not going to... It sucked, granted, but he had another great punt after that, and then we just didn't tackle anybody, and they got right back down to, like, the 30-yard line. So, like, it's okay. Sipos is whatever. I think punters are pretty, at the end of the day, irrelevant with this defense.
hey, man, I'm just saying, like,
He can get the ball down. He can get the ball down there fine.
When you look at value at the margins, man, an old Gabe Kapler quote, if you will, that's value at the margins. A mediocre punter versus a better punter might have been the difference last year. Could be the difference this year.
Could you name any punters out there on the market?
I don't know what the punting market looks like.
That's my point, though. Is that
I have no clue.
But they're all sippos out there. Like you're gonna get someone that can boot the ball.
Hey
far,
man, I want some new blood. We've seen what he can do. Yeah.
I'm just saying, it is what it is at that point.
It's an inconsequential thing to complain about, especially in the preseason. But hey, I'm still gonna make noise about it every time he has a bad punt. I'm gonna be texting you. That's your boy.
That's fine. Listen, he ain't my boy. I'm not fucking putting my name against this guy. Let the record show. It's just he's a fucking punter. Like, you know what I mean? Who was that guy we had for a minute? Was he Russian? What was he? Or Australian?
Oh, Cameron Johnston.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, I don't remember what
I also
happened to him.
miss Dicker the kicker.
Yeah, Dicker the kicker.
I wish we kept him. I liked him.
Dude, he was the man.
Yeah, he was cool.
He won us that Cardinals game.
Cameron Dicker. Dicker the kicker.
He was NFC Special Teams Player of the Week that week. And then we cut him like 2 weeks later.
He's with the Chargers now as their kicker.
Good for him.
But
I
mean, punters are pretty interchangeable.
Yeah, I didn't mean to spend too much time on it, but I just had to bring it up, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that's where our focus is right now. I mean, if that's our main
that's the height of our
concern,
concern,
it probably is.
We're cool with that then, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's inconsequential to complain about.
Big market, though, I did hear, though, is that Howie Roseman and the Eagles have been one of the more aggressive teams in regards to Jonathan Taylor trade talks. How would we feel about that?
I see it. I don't know.
Obviously, I would love to have him.
Would you ditch Gainwell and Boston Scott or one or the other with some picks for Jonathan Taylor?
It depends on the value of the pick. But
second, not a first, obviously, but
you
got
can't
picks.
give up a
We
second.
have a shit ton. We have like 12 picks next year. And you look at the market of who's gotten what. McCaffrey was only traded for a third and a fourth.
Yeah. I mean, I would give up. I love Boston Scott. I like a Kenny Gainwell, but
I would ditch a third and a fourth and either Gainwell or Scott in a heartbeat.
I mean, you would have Taylor, Swift. You could cut Penny.
No, you'd have Taylor, Swift, and Penny.
Hold on, Taylor Swift.
Well, fuck, never mind. Never mind. Nope, never mind.
Hey, man, she is an Eagles fan. It's all coming together.
She's a fraud Eagles fan.
Can't happen. She's from Lancaster. She just now is Eagles fan because she came to Philadelphia, but I never heard that shit before in my life.
Yeah,
I think it's been established.
She's not Mike Trout. That
Trevor,
we know
like Taylor Swift?
I'm like the.
Yeah, Trevor's the Swiftie
I'm not like
a
fan. I'm not like. I'm not like playing the records or anything, but
he likes to
I think all the hate is like a little too much.
Right.
Seems like a nice lady that just wants to, make her fans happy.
He's hanging out with the PPA. He's listening to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't understand what the big
we
deal
need to find
is.
a new third podcast
what the
host,
fuck?
man. Trevor,
hey, man.
You like the PPA? You're a Swiftie. What else are you hiding from us?
He's got a Cowboys tattoo on his butt cheek. What the fuck?
Oh, no, I doubt that.
Okay.
But nah, man. I don't know. As far as Jonathan Taylor goes, I don't think we would get him. But yeah, if it ended up being something where we have to give up Gainwell, Bosco, a third, a fourth, hell yeah, I'm going to do that.
I mean, yeah, it feels like the type of trade that Howie would make mid-season, not before the season, for like a running back.
Yeah. Yeah, the running back trades have always been
well, you got like Garrett Blunt floating out there, or what's it called, Leonard Fournette, which I could see us picking him up mid-season if he doesn't get on the team.
He's kind of duplicative with Penny. If Penny goes down, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I could see him mid-season, like Trevor's saying, like, mid-season, Penny probably won't be healthy all season. He goes down, you pick him up. He's a great third and short, fourth and goal. He's that, like, Garrett Blunt, that we had during the playoff run last time. Good for here and there for a spark plug,
He can catch a little bit, too. Yeah.
And the pressure is off of him. He's, he's playing against or playing with one of the arguably the best O-line anyway.
Yeah, the best running quarterback.
Any running back wants to play for us because we're running back friendly. We're not just going to throw you out to the fucking wolves and have you get brain damage. Like,
yeah, especially if you're looking for a place to, rack up some good stats, get a good contract the next year.
Yeah,
that's what DeAndre Swift's about
potentially
to do.
Get a ring.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Miles Sanders did the past 3 years or whatever. He got paid pretty well.
He's going to be so bad. I
Yeah, let's
think.
see.
I don't know. I don't know how their O-line is, but
It's not as good as ours.
Frank Reich's played with it. I mean, I feel like there's familiarity there. I think that they have a decent. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of.
Yeah, I don't really know much about them.
Yeah.
They got Bryce Young. I don't know if he's good or not.
Adam
Meh.
Thielen. They got
Yeah,
a decent
yeah.
little offense there. I'm not
Thielen's
gonna lie.
old.
Yeah, I know he is, but he's
all right.
like a white Jason Avant. Like the guy gets open and has good hands.
That's
Like
true.
he's reliable. He's like your third and short, third and long kind of guy. Like, all right, well, he'll be open somewhere if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
I love Avant, but
Oh, Avant was the man. So yeah, Thielen's that's fair.
like
He's the possession receiver that's always
he's a
open.
slot
Yeah,
guy
the
that's
white
there for
Jason
third and
Avant.
short.
Yeah,
Your dump ball
the
foul.
milk
That's,
check,
that's
dude.
not a tight end.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do got to talk about this fight though
Oh yeah. The
Oh,
last
yeah.
day of preseason.
Jason Kelsey getting all aggressive.
of training camp.
Training camp.
Last day of preseason
Last day-
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so training camp, joint practice against the Colts. Things were already chippy leading up to this. Derek Barnett apparently instigated, which
Low hit.
Hey man, it's what he's good at.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the reason why he's
He's
here
in
to be an
mid-season
irritant,
form right
man.
now.
Yeah.
To be an agitator and to get guys pissed. Maybe get someone a 15-yard penalty. He'll cost us a few 15-yard penalties. We know that.
Guaranteed.
But yeah, he started it being chippy with Richardson, right? This is what all the beat writers were saying, is they blow a play dead during Colts having the ball. Derek Barnett's on the field as a pass rusher. And Richardson goes to like flip the ball to the ref. Derek Barnett like slaps his arm. And you're not allowed to touch a quarterback at all, right?
Yeah.
You can't touch a quarterback at all. So then the Colts players obviously take exception. Derek Barnett like squares up.
Yeah.
Puts up his dukes, right? Like he's ready to brawl. Then apparently a bunch of like Colts players got in there. You know who else got in there with Derek Barnett? Had his back? Jalen Carter.
Hell yeah.
Shane
He
Carter,
had to
yeah,
get
dude.
pulled aside. Yeah.
Yeah, and Milton Williams was trying to break up the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Carter and Derek Barnett are ready to brawl, man. But that one resides. So then later, what is it?
We're on offense.
Yeah, we're on
Gainwell's got
offense.
the ball.
Gainwell's got
Yeah.
the ball. Zaire Franklin, Philly boy,
Yep.
on the Colts. Philly boy, he's a linebacker. Hits Gainwell hard once. Him and Kelsey had apparently been yelling at each other all game.
Yeah.
And Kelsey takes exception to the hit.
Blindsided him.
So no, that was the first time.
Yeah.
Hits him again. Kelsey sees it from like 20 yards away. Comes sprinting down the field. Just bulldozes
Bang!
him. Blow! And then after that, all hell broke loose, man. Seemed like there was like a bunch of melees. At one point, Kelsey was in the middle of all of it.
Yep.
Just,
They had to end practice.
yeah.
They cut practice. They were like, we're going to end it short, call it a day.
And then the funny thing is, I think this was, I was listening to Birds with Friends. Bo Wolf was saying that at the end of all this, like as the brawl is breaking up, Kelsey walks over to the sideline. Derek Barnett's standing there, gives him a fist pound, like, that's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
Derek Barnett's such an asshole.
He's
Yeah.
such a dickhead.
The guy started this whole thing.
But yeah, man.
It's always him.
What do y'all make of all this?
I think this team has some fucking juice in it right now. I think that they're pissed off about losing the Super Bowl. I think that they're ready to actually hit some people right now. I think this team's just primed and ready to go. I think that, they asked, who was the guy from Philly from the Colts that he said?
Zaire Franklin.
He said that, what did he say? He said, we just got to be prepared. No, I'm kidding. He was
He
like,
said
you know
something
what?
about, I would think
He
the
said-
OGs would like,
Well, you bring in, you play a team, they have a level of intensity, and sometimes you bring more intensity than they do, and they get soft about that shit. I don't think that that's true. I think that we had the intensity level, but I think that this team is ready to rock. I think that they're firing on all cylinders. The starters haven't played yet at all in preseason, so they've only gotten to play against their own teammates, and they can't hit anybody yet.
right.
Offense is reserved. Defense is looking pretty good. They're all just kind of giving each other blue balls in a way. Like, no one's really busted a nut yet, football-wise.
Yeah.
But I think that tomorrow you're going to see a team that's ready to explode. No pun intended. Or pun intended. And I think that the Colts, that Colts game last year was a very hard-fought one game.
Oh, that was one of the hardest games
Yeah, I
all
mean,
year. Yeah, they
the
played
Colts,
us real tough.
Their defense is tough, but I think that in a way that you got to get a lot of young, fresh guys on defense. The offense is set, ready to roll. But I love the intensity, and I think that that's been the theme of camp all year, where the offense is the same. They know what to do. They're doing their thing. You got the side now. that he says, I want you guys to feel us on defense, and I want them to be afraid to come across the middle. And I think that the offense playing against those guys all off season is coming through. I mean, it's making Kelsey has never once been a guy to be like the aggregator.
He felt bad about that too. You
he
see
did,
him talking
yeah.
about
He was like,
that.
that was unlike me. But it reminds me of the time when someone took out Nick Foles and Trent Williams took out
and
Nick
Jason
Foles.
Peters was ready to brawl. I remember that day.
So Kelsey to be the old vet now, like, yeah, man, he knows what's at stake, and you can't be hitting young guys like that in practice.
Yeah.
Now, it was wrong on him to blindside that guy later in the game to do that shit, but like, they're just ready to roll, and I feel like that was exciting to see. I like to see a camp that gets a little chippy, as they say.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think, as far as I'm concerned, would I rather not see Kelsey blindside someone like that if he does that in a game?
He won't in the game, though.
I would hope not, but if he does it in a real game, he's getting ejected and make it suspended for a game,
If
and we
they
can't
hit
afford
Hurts like that, I'd be okay with him doing that.
Yeah, I guess it depends. If it's Gainwell, don't go getting suspended over him. But, like, if it's Hurts, yeah, you got to have his back. Yeah, speaking of Gainwell, I did think that was funny. This was funny, is they interviewed him after all this happened. He's just, like, talking about, yeah, you got to have your teammates back. You got to have your boys back, this, that, and the third. And he's like, oh, we was whooping their ass, though.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. So, maybe that's why the Colts took exception to it all, because the Eagles are playing tough, physical, and they were still beating the Colts up real bad. And like, Colts were like, yeah, we got to fight back. I have no idea. But at the end of the day, Eagles are showing some juice. Team's clearly excited and ready to play someone other than themselves. You hear it all the time. Beat writers and reporters will ask a player, what are you looking forward to most out of the regular season? Players are always like, hitting someone other than my own teammate. To your point, that's what they're looking forward to.
Yep.
Yeah. So we gotta... Oh, sorry.
Hold up. What about, we got to talk about Josh Harris, dude.
Oh, shit. The failed handshake.
Yeah, this.
Oh, man.
Come on now.
How drunk do you think he was?
He looked like...
He looked pretty fucked.
He looked like he just dropped $6 billion and yeah.
Our fearless leader of the Sixers.
Like, shirts all unbuttoned, like his collared shirts unbuttoned, like 2 or 3 buttons down his polo, belly showing a little bit, hair looks all thin, he looks tired as hell, has no energy during the interview. Then he does that, like the fake handshake, or no.
People
Joe
haven't
Buck,
seen this.
Yeah.
Joe Buck kind of just gestures outward, and Josh Harris thinks that he's offering his hand for a handshake, and Josh Harris goes in for the handshake, and it's not a handshake, and then he just like
weird
quickly
caress.
just like puts his hand back to his eyes. It's so
You
fucking
see
awkward.
Troy Aikman's face?
Oh yeah, he was
Troy
trying to hold
Aikman
back
has the
laughter.
biggest grin on his face while this is going down.
That was so funny.
Nah, fuck Joe Buck too while we're at it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the Joe Buck's the lesser of 3 evils in that case.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole interaction was funny, man. Like, Josh Harris is extremely aloof. Like, I know I said on this pod way earlier when he first bought the Commanders that I'm kind of concerned that they get a little better, and I think they will, just because it's hard to be worse than they have been.
Yeah.
But
until they change their name,
bad
it won't be good.
They did finally beat the preseason undefeated Baltimore Ravens.
yeah, end that streak, please.
streak.
I was tired of
They
hearing
were like
about it.
celebrating at the end. It was pretty funny.
But yeah, I don't think the Commander's going to be that good anytime soon, as long as he's just being socially awkward and looking drunk in the booth.
Chase Young will be off that team next year.
Hey, we can bring him here, replace Derek Barnett.
He play here.
Yeah.
Bring him in.
Yeah, we got the money for it. Did they extend the cap too next year too?
Yeah.
You're gonna lose
How he
Graham.
work
They're
his
gonna
magic.
have money. Trust me.
I was gonna say, so we got like a few minutes here. Do we want to touch quickly on Fyre Fest 2?
Yeah, we can touch quickly on Fyre Fest too.
So apparently the guy Billy McFarland, he's out of jail
Out of solitary
and
confinement.
preparing. Yeah, let me play the.
Yeah, you gotta play this clip, man. This is ridiculous.
He's doing it again with the fucking fake thing. And who's he doing it with? Who's that? Ja
What's
Rule?
up, guys? This is a big day. because as of right now, Fyre Festival 2 tickets are officially on sale. It has been the absolute wildest journey to get here, and it really all started during the 7th-month stint in solitary confinement. I wrote out this 50-page plan of how it would take this overall interest and demand in Fyre, and how it would take my ability to bring people from around the world together to make the impossible happen, but how it would find the best partners in the world to allow me to be me while executing Fyre's vision to the highest level. In my first year, I partnered with one of the biggest and best TV companies in the world to produce a documentary called After the Fyre. I've also worked with one of the biggest production companies to sign a deal to produce Fyre Festival, the Broadway musical. And finally, today, we are announcing Fyre Festival 2. We spoke to people as far away as the Middle East and South America, and ultimately, we decided that Fyre Festival 2 is coming back to the Caribbean. We are targeting Fyre Festival 2 for the end of next year, and in the meantime, we'll be doing pop-ups and events across the world. Guys, this is your chance to get in. This is everything I've been working towards. Let's fucking go.
So there
Honestly,
we have
I'm
it.
sold.
This is one of the best examples of failing upwards I think I've ever seen. Because do you see like he has already sold out a bunch of tickets that they released like already?
What?
Again? Already?
People
yeah.
have really.
People
I
have
didn't
been paying,
see this
people have
part.
been paying like $500 for these tickets, and it's obviously just because they want to like be part of the thing. Like, if this like festival they originally did had just gone off without a hitch and everything was fine, like no one would have known about it. No one would have said anything about it. It wouldn't be this thing. But because it was this huge disaster, that the guy, he went to prison for like 4 years.
I mean, he said
like,
how 50 days of solitary confinement.
yeah, I'm curious. I didn't
Also,
realize
why
that.
was he in solitary, though?
Yeah, I don't know. He was.
That's
I
odd.
mean, he defrauded a bunch of people. I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't
It's
get...
all white-collar
but
crime.
Defrauded the wrong people.
Yeah,
people that
it's
have a
all
little-
white collar crimes, but yeah,
Yeah.
he frauded like people with a lot of
Yeah,
money.
but solitary is kind of fucking tough, though. Like, that's not... You know, you could be in, like...
In the hole.
Yeah,
He
like, he's
probably
in the
got a
hole
zing.
for 50 days eating that food that he was selling for people.
the cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, maybe that's why they wanted for him to get a taste of his own medicine over
Yeah.
there.
But like, here's the thing: is for this next one he's doing, I feel like this has to also be orchestrated like a total disaster as well. Because if he just like does this again and it just goes off and it's just like, I don't know, it's just like Bonnaroo light or whatever, no one's gonna care. It's not gonna get any notoriety or anything. It'll just
If it's
be
a
blip
moderate
on the news.
success.
Yeah, if it's like a moderate success, I
Yeah.
feel like he's built this, like, he has documentaries about this thing. He's got a Broadway musical about this thing. And the brand that he's built is that it's a fucking shit show. So I feel like the new festival has to, like, up the
Also
ante.
be a failure.
It has to be a failure, maybe even a worse one.
Someone has to die at this place.
Yeah, it has to be, like, actually dangerous. Like, I don't, like... like no one's gonna remember. I feel like it has to become a thing where like the reason that you go to Fyre Festival everywhere is because you want to like do the challenge. Like it's almost like Survivor.
Right.
Like you're just
In the middle of
basically
the desert, you
paying
bring-
$500
you
to
gotta
go to.
burn everything.
Yeah, you're like paying $500 to just be in Survivor and also see like a couple like hip hop artists that were popular 10 years ago or whatever. That's pretty much what it's got to be, right?
I mean, I feel like this guy, he's on to something here in a weird, fucked up way. Like, I mean,
He's committed to the bit of being a failure so much that
Yeah.
it becomes a success.
him and Ja, is it him and Ja
Yeah.
Rule?
Ja,
Isn't
he
that-
partnered with Ja Rule for the first one. I would think Ja Rule probably has enough business sense
I
to
bet
say,
you
I don't
he's
want to be
back-
a part of this
No,
again.
I bet you he's back in there.
As far as my understanding is, he has yet to announce who he's partnered with.
Yeah,
Maybe
this
it's
says-
Ja Rule?
This article from TMZ says, what does it say? Months after the teaser, I guess this is like the thing he put out teasing the festival. Billy reunited with Andy King, the guy who famously revealed that Billy asked him to give oral sex to a customs officer.
and he did.
To
in
get
a-
shipments of bottled water.
and he did. Did he suck some guy's dick
Yes.
in a booth or
Yes,
something
he
like
did.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, that guy's
So
loyal
if
as
you're
fuck.
going to go
What
to
a
the Fyre
wretched
Fest
human
2,
being,
that's what
man.
you got to expect.
I tell you what, though, that guy Billy is ride or die to the full extent.
Here's the thing: they don't have they said they haven't revealed the exact location for it yet. They don't have that pinned down yet. So where do you guys think that? What do you guys think the best place for this to be?
Epstein Island.
Yeah.
That's not a bad answer.
Little St. James.
That's it right there. I mean, there's nothing else. That's it.
What I was thinking is if
Doesn't
you really...
Rihanna own the Bahamas now, or she's like the queen of the Bahamas, or what is she now?
She's from Barbados.
She's from Barbados. They're different.
Never mind then. Well, it's a B.
I don't think she's queen of there.
Some shit like that.
She might have some kind of honorary...
She's got like
she's probably got some sort of honorary title. I mean, she's from there and is the most famous person from
one of their biggest
she's
exports,
one of the richest women in the world, if not the
Big
richest.
Time.
Yeah.
But so I think a good if they really want to like keep this going and like, you know, accelerate the
failure,
the awfulness and the challenge of being a Fyre Fest you know, attendee, they should have it at one of those little places where there's those uncontacted tribes that just like kill people and they're disturbed, you know, about these things.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There was like I remember there was one time where they flew like a little like drone camera above one and they were like firing like arrows at it. I feel like that should be like the
that
challenge.
is taking it to the next level.
Yeah, you gotta like there's people here that might kill you.
Well,
yeah, where the OG Fyre Fest was, like the locals were pissed.
Well, they were pumped at first.
Yeah, the first one was in like the Bahamas somewhere.
They were like, thank God our economy could use this, and then no one showed up. They were like, this is the worst thing ever to our economy.
Yeah, the original natives were pissed because they were just like promised jobs there, and they ended up getting like shafted.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're still trying to pay all those people back.
For sure.
This time, the natives are like, they don't want nothing to do with any of this shit.
They're ready to go to war.
They're ready to like kill and eat you.
I think it would be fun. What's that? Oh man, Green Inferno. Green Inferno.
Dante's Inferno.
No, Green Inferno, something like that. Where like these people they're on like a jungle expedition, and they find this tribe. Then they all get kidnapped and get eaten by this like cannibal tribe. That'd be kind of cool to see though. All these like rich idiots. Do it.
Hey man, eat the rich. Someone's finally doing it.
Like,
That'd
be
cool.
It again.
Maybe Billy McFarland's is secretly trying to like kickstart the proletarian revolution by.
I mean, the fact
our
that
hero man salute.
Yeah, but they
putting all these like rich Instagram models on a.
But they do it again. They show up with their little boats, and there's just a bunch of guys like spearing them to death with fucking bow and arrows and weird like poison frog darted fucking spears. That'd be kind of sick. I'm into that. I would have watched that show. Not that, you know, obviously I don't support that. But if it was recorded and put online and put on Netflix.
We don't support cannibalism here.
But I would watch it.
Podcast.
Not the cannibalism part, just like the weird, like when they show up in their little, like, you know, I'm in my linen shorts and shirt,
I hope
whatever.
a rich person get eaten. That'd be funny to me.
That'd be cool. I'm into it.
I have no issue with the rich.
I mean, I've
actually
seen like
getting eaten.
I remember one case where it was like a Christian missionary went to one of those places where like the uncontact, like the, you know, isolated tribe thing. And like he goes there, they pretty much like in their own words tell him to fuck off. And then he comes back and then they kill him. And it's like, dude, they told you to fuck, like you should have just
you're barking up the wrong tree, homie. That's funny. But yo, how is he going to make a Broadway musical about this? So that's real,
dude. They'll make Broadway musicals about anything these days.
I gotta see the Broadway musical.
Spider-Man one.
That's more excusable than a Fyre Fest Broadway musical. Are you serious?
I feel like you could turn it into a thing.
We gotta watch this.
You gotta really create.
I mean, I'm into it.
We gotta watch this and do a dissection of the Fyre Fest Broadway musical.
I gotta
we all
rewatch
gotta go up to Broadway and see it live.
We can probably watch a version on the internet.
We have to rewatch the original thing.
I think we gotta see it. I think we gotta see it in its pure form.
We're gonna watch the original and then watch the Broadway.
We gotta take a trip up to New York and come back on the dreaded Penn Station.
Yeah, drink some almond cocktails.
Drink some. Go to that place in Brooklyn we were at. Drink some.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Brooklyn this weekend in Prospect Park. Or my friend lives in Park Slope. What was the place called?
This place was called Weather Up.
All right, Weather Up. I gotta remember. I forget
exactly what neighborhood it was in. But yeah, good cocktails.
All right, Weather Up. I'll try to remember it.
And we got a whole second round, and they didn't charge us for them.
Oh, even better.
I like that.
And we just left before they
noticed. That's a good bar. Yeah, that's a good bar.
So yeah, you know,
some Philly boys in New York.
Got in and out of there without spending a fortune. Nice day in old NYC.
So we're going to Fyre too.
Live pods.
Well, I don't want to get eaten by cannibals, but I'll see the musical.
We'll be all right. We'll survive. We'll be okay.
Yeah, we're Philly tough, man. We good.
I ain't worried about that shit.
We can handle it. Well, that will just about do it for us here tonight. Please leave us a 5-star rating and a review wherever you get your podcast. Find us on TikTok now and Twitter and Instagram. Send us an email at citywidepod@gmail.com.
Hey, find our stickers all over the city.
Yeah,
we
we got
got
stickers.
coasters coming soon.
We're gonna
We'll be
have
at the
all
local
coasters, koozies.
establishments.
Yeah, we're gonna
Koozies by tailgating season.
Yeah, the big marketing push is coming.
And Fyre.
Yeah, our stickers will spread across Philly just like a raging fire. And from all of us here at the Citywide, good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Peace.
See ya.